Hey friends, कैसे आप सभी लोग? वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। तो फ्रेंड्स, स्वागत है आप सभी का एक और स्टोरी टेलिंग सेगमेंट में, जहां हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं लेजेंडरी क्रिकेटर, बैट्समैन, ह्यूमन बीइंग, द गॉड ऑफ क्रिकेट, सचिन तेंदुलकर के बारे में। सो लेट्स कंटिन्यू रीडिंग। पिछले वीडियो में वी स्टार्टेड द सेकंड चैप्टर ऑफ सेक्शन 1, the nursery, and we learned about the Shivaji Park, the localities, why it was so important to southern Mumbai and to the complete Mumbai and the populated part of the posh area of the Mumbai, and why and how Ajit Tendulkar wanted to channelize Sachin Tendulkar's skill and wanted him to live his dream and do that he loved, the activity that he loved. So let's continue reading. Even as this migration from either southern Mumbai or the mainland was taking place, educational institutions were also coming up near the Maidans. The Balmohan Vidya Mandir School was a stone's throw from Shivaji Park. Not too far away were the D.G. Ruparel and Kirti M. Dungar C. School. Sorry for the wrong pronunciation if it was wrong. A 2-minute walk from Matunga Maidan was King George School, and opposite the Maidan were the Ramnarayan Ruya College of Arts and Science and the R.A. Pudar College of Commerce and Economics. So these are some of the colleges in the school which were there around Shivaji Park and Matunga Maidan. While these educational institutions stand strong and tall even today, many of the residential buildings around the Maidans have been redeveloped into swanky high rises, a process that seems set to continue until Dadar starts looking like another Nariman Point. Both Shivaji Park and Matunga Maidan were also the nurseries of Mumbai cricket from the 1950s till the end of the 20th century. Dotting their respective peripheries were several cricket clubs. The inter-club matches at the Maidans were known to attract crowds in thousands. The highlight for the cricketers, contemporary and aspiring and cricket lovers of the area was the clash between the premier clubs of both arenas, Shivaji Park Gymkhana and Matunga Maidan's Dadar Union Sporting Club. These two clubs produced many outstanding batsmen, bowlers, and fielders for Mumbai and for India. And one of them is Sachin Tendulkar. Maybe. Let's read about it further. The cricketers playing these games would be emulated by youngsters in softball versions of the sport that they would play in the many lanes that abutted the Maidans. When they grew older, these youngsters would graduate to the Maidans. The talented ones would invariably be spotted by an active cricketer, usually a neighbor or a family elder. These boys would then be inducted into one of the many cricket coaching camps run by the clubs on the Maidans. This was how bat and ball had been passed on from one generation to the other. Complementing the talent spotters were the educational institutions, all of whom went out of their way to encourage sportsperson. In 1984, the year in which Ajit Tendulkar decided to structure his brother's life, the ultimate yardstick for boys who played cricket at the two Maidans and elsewhere in the city and country was Sunil Gavaskar, an alumnus of Dadar Union. However, at Shivaji Park, Gavaskar was more worshipped and respected than loved. The object of Shivaji Park's affection was one of their own. Sandeep, Sandeep Madhu Sandeep Madhusudan Patil had played his early cricket in the lanes around Shivaji Park before representing Balmohan Vidyamandir under the tutelage of Ankush Anna Vaidya, the school coach. Okay. Patil had started his first class career as a seamer and lower order batsman, but soon acquired a reputation as a destroyer of bowling attacks. Patil was the archetypal Shivaji Park batsman, prone to taking the bowling by the scruff of the neck and going aerial. Unlike the Dadar Union and the Matunga batsmen, most of whom tended to be more orthodox in their methods. The orthodoxy was a legacy of the British officer who resided in the police quarters at Dadar before independence and practiced at Matunga Maidan. Their adherence to the basics was said to have rubbed off on the locals. On the other hand, Shivaji Park too was home to the cowboys. So we'll read till here only. We'll read further in the next video. We learned that the how the two main important clubs of Mumbai, Shivaji Park Gymkhana and Matunga Maidan's Dadar Union Sporting Club. The few universities like Balmohan Vidya Mandir School or DG Ruparial and Kirti Dongasi colleges, or we can say the Ram Narayan Ruya College of Arts and Science, the R.A. Podar College of Commerce and Economics, or lot of universities and institutes, education institutes there. Then we also saw that how Mumbai was so important for Indian cricket and how Mumbai and these two clubs, the Shivaji Park Gymkhana and Matunga Maidan's Dadar Union Sporting Club, had produced so many nice players for India and for Mumbai. And the institutions also helped them. I mean, the institution also had matches. The educational institutes, they would also help in increasing the graph of every player who loved cricket, wanted to play cricket. And then we also learned that how we saw about Sandeep Madhusudan Patil, and he was also from Mumbai. तो इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही। अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिएगा। अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं ऐसे और अच्छे वीडियो लाते रहूं तो इस वीडियो में करता हूँ 20 लाइक्स का जल्दी से लाइक का बटन दबा दीजिए। इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ एंड गुड बाय, सी यू सून, जय हिंद।